getting tired of that theme song. I really am. I tried playing with the AI stuff to make me one, and it just made some random. It made noises. It wasn't even music. It was just
I
random
didn't
noises.
like it. I didn't
So
like.
I dabbled in.
I prefer this.
I dabbled in GarageBand, and apparently I'm not musically inclined at all. So I just gave up on that dream. So I need to figure out.
Why do you think you're not musically inclined?
Because making a song.
It's a lot of work.
Is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Of which I'm not good at it. I mean, playing with GarageBand, yeah, it's fun and dandy, but once you start putting this mess of noises that I put together, it's not a song. It just doesn't work at all. So I may have to I forgot who I hired for this theme song. I have to look in through my records and see who it is and see if he can make something different.
Yeah.
And I'll pay him $5.
Yeah.
Because last time I paid like $30.
Oh, no, let's not do that.
I need to figure something out.
Yeah.
So if you are musically inclined and want to make a song just for the podcast, let me know.
Yeah.
The show email is listen to the words pod@gmail.com. The Instagram is listen to the words podcast on Instagram. So if you have any type of musical knowledge, let me know.
Yeah.
And try to do something for us. Please. I had cancer, or I have cancer, so I'm gonna play the cancer card. So thank you for joining me. I mean, I told you about half an hour ago that we'd be ready at 4 o'clock, and at 3:59, you're like, "Oh, I have to do all this stuff." I'm like, "Oh, great."
No, so I forgot. I'm working on a project for Sophia, and so I was in the middle of doing that and trying to like get my count right to make. I'm making her like a little shirt for her doll, so I had to adjust the pattern and to fit her doll. So it's a lot of counting and like kind of playing with it back and forth, and I'm not good with math, so it's like, okay. So my brain's working.
You're not good at
overtime.
math or keeping time.
I can keep time, but then I forgot because we were making tacos tonight, so I forgot that I needed to make some fresh rice, so I just did that real quick, and then I had to go to the bathroom before we started, so I didn't.
I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm holding it in. And I have chemo gut, so this is what I do for our listeners.
If I sneeze or cough too hard or laugh too hard, I pee myself.
So there you go. And do what you gotta do. You have to make sacrifices for the podcast.
Well, I didn't want to pee myself during this because that's really uncomfortable.
Look, I've fallen,
and I really had to go.
I've fallen for this podcast.
Shut up! No, you have not.
Yes, I did.
For this podcast, you fell.
You remember that day that I fell down the hill?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was for the podcast?
That was right before we were recording, and I fell and busted my tail.
Yeah, that wasn't for the podcast.
But I sucked it up. But I sucked it up. But I sucked it up
Okay.
and did it for the show.
Well,
And
you'll be all right.
During chemo, I put it together. I held it together for the show.
Yeah, we did a couple episodes.
Okay.
Not very much.
All right, then.
It wasn't a weekly thing.
But still. But if I'm feeling okay, it's just my gut every so often just like isn't happy with me. You walked in here earlier, my office while I was working. You're like, "Did you fart?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "It's bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's the chemo."
I was like, I gotta go.
"It's the chemo gut."
Like,
it's my body getting rid of
have to
everything.
leave.
But this weekend I actually did a lot.
Yeah.
I Friday after I got off work, I decided to take you away.
Yeah.
You
whisked me away.
I whisked you away to a hotel that night.
To a La Quinta.
A La Quinta, which is there's a story behind this. So, welcome to Listen to the Word podcast.
Yeah, hi.
We just dove right in.
We're here.
I want to pick on Kelly because she decided to slow me down this afternoon. I'm due for a walk with Sophia in about half an hour. So
okay, you'll be all right.
Anyway, so a few weeks ago, Wyndham Resorts, Wyndham,
Mm-hmm.
they had a promotion for August 8th. You could buy a hotel stay for $8.88.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what it was. It's like
some
promo thing. It was $8.88. It was like $8.88 on 8/8.
Yeah.
On August 8th. It was just a whole bunch of eights.
Yeah.
So I bought
a lot of numbers.
I bought the promo thing, and they finally send me they send you the free night hotel stay as points. 15,000 points. Mm-hmm. So I looked all over the place, and all the hotels were like little, I don't know, Days Inn and microtels and like
it was a motel, not
motels where you just pull up in front of your room and park, and
right.
You're breathing in exhaust from all the cars,
right,
and stuff like that.
And it's not romantic.
And then 2 doors down, it's a crack deal going down.
Right.
So I figured, let me look up
prostitutes.
Yeah. I was like, let me look in Greenville and see if there's anything. There was La Quinta, and I thought it was a hotel that had worked for a Comic-Con. I thought it was that one. I was like, that was a pretty nice hotel, so let me book it. And when we pull up to the hotel, I was like, that's not the hotel. The hotel that I worked at was next door.
Yeah, it was the Hilton.
But it was the Hilton literally next door. So I was like, but it was actually not a bad hotel.
Yeah, it was still nice.
We got a king size,
you know,
it had a couch.
it was like a studio.
It was really nice.
Yeah. It was nice.
We spent the night there, and then I got a message from this guy from Facebook Marketplace for an iPhone. He's like, did you check with your with who you want to get it for? And I'm like, yeah, I'll get back to you. Anyway, so we checked in, we watched some TV, and then we went to go get Whataburger. They opened one not too far away, and that was an excursion.
Yeah.
Your order was wrong.
Completely wrong.
And
I think it was right when it was on the tray.
Huh?
I think because I kind of saw the tray, like when he brought it out on the tray. I think it was right, and then something happened when he went back to put it in a bag to go.
We ordered to go.
Right.
Well, we saw the drive-through. They had cops guiding traffic because that's how backed up was.
Right.
Whataburger is brand new in this area. They don't. I mean, in Texas they're everywhere, but here it's something brand new. It's the hottest new thing. So the drive-through was ridiculous. So I was like, let's go inside and order indoors. Yeah. We ordered indoors, and we waited 25 minutes, and they brought our order in our trays. We're like, hey, we ordered this to go.
Yeah.
The guy's like, all right, let me go back and bring back your order.
Right.
And I think he took like half my fries out of the thing.
That's what I'm thinking, because there was a lot more fries.
He said, well, I'll show
on the tray.
You. Your order is wrong.
So anyways, but even though we didn't realize the order was wrong until we got back to the room, and by that time I was like, we were both starving, and I was not about to go all the way back over there. The ordering process was easy because they have these little like
touchscreen,
the touch screen kiosk, and so ordered it just fine. And so my order was wrong, but it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think
you didn't try it though.
I had the jalapenos.
Yeah, somebody ordered a patty melt,
but it was like jacked up full of jalapenos.
A ton of jalapenos.
They like ordered extra jalapenos and just get like, hey, keep dumping jalapenos in my stuff.
And so I don't like jalapenos like that. Like I can't. Like a couple is okay, but there were like 20 on the sandwich.
I mean, it was
a lot.
It was drowning. I like jalapenos, but that thing was drowning in jalapenos.
I was like, I can't do
that. And
I
had one in there. It was really hot. So I was like, whoever ordered it, you saved their life. Yeah, I know. You literally saved their life, because that would have...
Maybe they got my burger that I ordered.
That would have destroyed their gut. Like, no human being could eat that many jalapenos.
Yeah. So I had to take off the jalapenos, and... But anyways, it was still really good.
And I got jalapeno ranch to dip my fries in.
Yes. Oh.
And I had some of it, and I was like, I got to tap out. My gut's been weird from this whole excursion. So I gave that to you, and you fell in love with it.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I wanted to try it, but I was afraid because sometimes those jalapeno sauces can just mess you up completely. Yeah. But fortunately, it didn't. I didn't have any issues, but it was so good. So next time we go, I'm definitely getting that sauce.
We'll have to wait like a month or two to go back to that one when it starts that way. We'll go over there when they open the one by our house.
Yeah.
All the traffic will go that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Carolina, my friend, she said she went to the one in Malden Saturday. And they waited 45 minutes in the drive-thru.
Oof. See, that's how it was looking for the drive-thru for the one we went to, because it was not moving.
It wasn't moving at all.
So, and there were 2 lanes.
Yeah.
To take.
It was
so
like
Chick-fil-A
type.
It was.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. So
like I said, it's the hot new thing here. So everybody's like, Whataburger. And
it was still very good.
And it still holds up. It's just amazing.
Even though my order was wrong, it was still good.
I mean, every time we go to Texas, that's the first thing I do is hit up a Whataburger, and it's just, it holds up.
In a way, I'm kind of glad my order was wrong because I tried something different.
Yeah.
I got something. It was
yours good. On Texas toast like mine?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that Texas toast.
It was so, I don't know if I would do it. It was double meat. And that was very filling.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would do the double meat again unless that's just how it comes.
Mine was so messy because I had like...
You had a lot of stuff on it. I had a lot of stuff on it. You had a lot of sauce.
It was glorious.
Condiments and everything.
It was so good. It was a mess, but it was so good. But anyway, so yeah, we spent the night at a hotel, and it was fun.
Yeah.
And then we came back home, and then we went shopping for sheds for our house, for my home office, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then we went to Adidas to get some your mom wanted to buy some stuff.
Yeah.
We bought her some sneakers too. And then we had issues with our gutters.
Yep.
I've noticed the last 2 times that it's rained, the water is not going to the gutter. It's just like overshooting the gutter completely and into the side of the house.
Yeah.
So I was like, huh, that's weird. So I was like,
But it was making like the ground all muddy.
Yeah. So
too. It was weird.
Well, because although it's just pouring down instead of going down the gutters, flowing towards where it needs to go.
Yeah.
So I called a couple of companies. I texted a couple of companies, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll quote you this and that." So the one that came back was like, "Hey, do you have gutter guards?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "It'll be $625 for us to remove the gutter guards and then clean them." And I was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "If you remove the gutter guards, it'll be $325." And I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
So I went on Amazon. I literally found the thing that they use to clean out the gutters for $50.
Yeah, that's
so.
ridiculous.
What did I do yesterday morning? I cleaned our gutters.
Yeah. Well, just the one side, because
yeah.
But you were able to remove the guards too with
that stick. I just popped them off and they just flew off. And they're gonna stay like that because the side of the house where the gutters are there, it's uneven, so you can't put a ladder there.
Yeah,
I don't have a ladder big enough to go up there. So
we would have to have a professional put them back up.
But whatever. But I did a lot. Yeah. I did a lot, and I'm not exhausted like I usually am. I'm tired, but not like death's bed like I usually am.
Right. You were pretty tired yesterday from everything we did Saturday.
Yeah, I was tired.
But you were still.
We went to dinner too.
Yeah.
So I was tired and hungover.
Yeah.
Because I had my first beer in over a year.
Yeah.
And it was glorious. And I told Kelly, I was like, "Hey, hon, I'm gonna have this beer. You may have to drive because I don't know how I'm gonna react because I haven't had a beer in a year almost." And I drank it, and
it wasn't even that big.
I got the medium. I thought about getting the large, but that would have literally put me in a coma.
Yeah, I would have had to help you walk out.
But so I drank that sucker, and I was just loopy as can be.
We would have had to get a wheelchair.
I slept 8.5 hours because of that. So maybe I just should drink more.
No, we should not do that.
No, I won't. But you can't go to a Mexican restaurant and have a Dos Equis. And it was so good.
You have to. You kind of have to have.
You have to partake.
Yeah, have a little something.
It was so good. And then I had a burrito that had some black sauce, and I need to text Carolina and ask her what that was.
Yeah,
she's our residential Mexican that we know. But it was a burrito, bandera burrito, and it had green sauce on half of it, which was really good. It was like the salsa that you got, and the other half was this black sauce. It almost tasted like barbecue sauce, but not as sweet.
It looked like barbecue sauce.
It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it's not something I would have purposely picked out, but I was glad I tried it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this week we're not gonna do a music episode. We're just gonna you guys gonna get to know us a little bit.
We're gonna do a bracket. No.
We're gonna do it. We won't even mention the company that did this because I think they're done.
Oh, really? They don't exist anymore?
Well, he doesn't do this stuff anymore.
Oh.
So
what does he do?
He promotes other stuff.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this. So I may go back into business with this. I may do make my own deck of stuff.
Yeah.
And call it Drizzy's deck.
Or call it deck of stuff.
Hold that thought. I can't write left-handed.
No, because you're right-handed.
Thank you. And I need to know how to make an app. Hold on.
Yeah.
Learn app creation.
I don't know if your brain will be able to handle that.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, so we're going to do a little, is this the interviews?
Yes.
Interview questions?
Yep.
I picked out, I think, 10 or 12. I can't remember. Some of them are 10, some of them are 12 questions.
I just picked up the pile.
There you go.
I liked the first question, so I was like, all right we're going to go with that one.
All right, so let's go. Let's dive in.
All right.
So this is you're going to ask me, and then you have to answer for yourself, too.
Yeah.
All right, cool deal.
If you were going on a road trip, what are the 3 must-haves you couldn't leave without?
Can I ask a question for your question?
Okay.
Food, entertainment,
anything.
Oh, all the
just
things.
Overall, yeah.
All right, my phone for music and travel, GPS.
Right.
Skittles.
Okay.
You have to have Skittles.
You gotta have some sort.
You have to have Skittles, and then well, water's a given, so that won't even count.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like water you're gonna have.
You're gonna have no matter what. So
yeah.
So phone, Skittles.
You
can't mess with some Cool Ranch Doritos. The combination of the Doritos and the Skittles mess up your gut, so it keeps you awake for the road trip. I have a science to this whole thing.
But then you have to stop more.
No, I can hold it for a while. I can hold it for a really long time, and then I just blow up whatever toilet I go to.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, for me, I think it's those three:
Yeah.
Skittles, Doritos, and my phone.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, obviously, the phone.
A pillow. Because you fall asleep the whole
pillow
trip.
and a blanket. No.
Yeah.
That's it. No, my phone. So I have my music.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, I can't take a book because I get car sick.
Yep.
I can't watch a movie because
Nope.
I get car sick. So all that's out.
Yep.
So
But you don't get sick on a plane if you watch a movie.
No.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Well, maybe because you don't have to look forward.
I'm thinking because a plane is more like closed off.
Maybe.
And with a car, it's so open that the motion of everything
You see everything moving,
yeah, it like messes with me. My mom can read in the car, and
well, because she only has one eye focused on one thing.
That's true.
That wasn't a joke at all.
No, I know.
I
I
was
didn't
being
even
serious.
think
So like
about
when she
that,
looks
actually.
down, she doesn't see the rest of the stuff.
She
at
has
the peripheral.
my mom is blind in one eye. So
it sounded funny, but it was not meant to be.
Yeah, I know. But we tease her all the time.
It was a scientific an observation on my part.
Yeah, no. So she's blind in one eye, has been that way since birth, and so she doesn't get car sick. So she has no depth perception on her right side.
Right. So I thought it was her left. So yeah. So she's in the passenger seat. She could just watch her movie and she won't ever see anything going by.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but she's a horrible passenger as well because of that.
She doesn't complain when I drive.
She just puts her head down.
No. She complained about your driving yesterday.
She did not.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so my phone, and I'm gonna say
A pillow for sure.
Yeah, a pillow.
Because you're gonna fall asleep within the hour of us driving.
I'll fall asleep. Depending on how long it is. If it's a long road trip, yeah, for sure. And
Girl, this ain't life or death.
Spicy Doritos.
Oh God, no. That's too much.
Spicy Doritos. They're not that spicy.
The ranch one, the barbecue ones that I got. Oh my God, I saw them at Target yesterday. The black bag with the spicy barbecue.
Oh yeah.
I thought about getting that. I was like, but what if that gave me cancer? Legit, that's what I thought of. I was like, what if that's the one that gave me cancer? Because I love those Doritos.
Yeah, but you barely would eat them.
Oh God, they're
I had to finish them, I think.
They're so good.
They were like good yet not at the same time.
Oh, for me, they're phenomenal. They're just
so
amazing.
I was like, I don't know if I don't like it, but I do. So
I wish they'd sell them in a small bag. Like a dollar bag.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to spend
like they
money.
do the nacho cheese and the spicy ones they sell in a small bag.
Bag is just too much. I'm about to go to QT and see if they have them in a small bag.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Okay. Who was the best boss you ever had, and what made them the best?
I got two.
Me
so
too.
that's tough.
I have two.
So my boss that I almost had my first boss. I almost said it weird, but let me start over. The boss who hired me at this job that I'm at now, I won't say her name, but she was top notch.
Yeah.
She never micromanaged. She trusted us. And there was one situation where I made a mistake and it was a boo-boo on my part. And I told her, hey, look, that's on me. And she goes, no matter what, I got your back.
Yeah.
She's like, I will go to bat for you no matter, even if you messed up, as long as you admit it and can fix it, I got your back.
Yeah.
And I respected that of her.
And that's a good boss. That's how a boss should be.
And she went to bat for me with this error and she took care of it. And then she retired. So my new boss is an amazing human being. Like, he's just an awesome human being.
Yeah.
He during this whole cancer thing, he checked up on me nonstop. He always he was there for the bell ringing, and it was just he's just and he came to visit here at the house. He encouraged me a lot, and something that always stays with me is like, hey, I can't wait to see where you are a year from now. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, because you're going to affect so many people with this journey that you don't even know. And then slowly but surely, I've noticed that a couple people I've affected people in a positive way. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I didn't think of it that way. But he brought it to my attention.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and especially when you get sick like that, you don't think about having a positive impact on somebody else because you're so focused on
making it to the next day.
Right. And surviving, so it's like you don't think about that.
No, not at all.
So
like literally all I thought about was, how do I have to survive tomorrow? How do I get to tomorrow?
Yeah.
So All right, you. Boss.
So I had two really good bosses. Both worked in the hotel when I worked at the hotel in Florida. And the one that hired me, we would work. She was my ma-
My seat leaned too far back.
You went like this.
I was
like you were revving up a motorcycle.
I was trying to balance myself because the chair just leaned back too far. I was like, whoa. I was like, I can't go anywhere. Like, I'm going to collapse into my desk. All right, sorry.
Gonna fall again. Great.
Jeez.
Gonna take you to the hospital again.
Nope. Mm-mm.
So anyways, the one that hired me, and this was before we started dating. No.
It was right at.
It was right at, like, we had just started dating. And I got this job because I was like straight out of college. And she was my direct manager. And so she was the front desk manager. And
This is Britney Spears.
What?
Britney Spears. I won't say her name, but it.
Yeah.
That's how I remember her
It's
name.
not Britney Spears, but anyways.
She has a name that's very similar to that.
Right.
I was just making sure that was the same person we're talking about.
Yeah. So anyways, we would work together sometimes on the weekends, and it would just be me and her. And so she would go to Starbucks and get us like a green tea, and we would just we would have fun, and like sometimes I would go to the gym with her sometimes.
Does green tea give you energy? Like what natural tea gives you energy? Because I need something to wake up in the morning some days.
Maybe green tea. I don't really
I'm
know.
about to look into that. All right, proceed.
It was just good.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then my other boss, when I got, so she left and went to be the GM at another hotel
in Florida or somewhere else. Okay,
in Florida. And then, are you taking a picture of
a selfie of myself? A selfie of myself.
What the heck are you doing?
I'm taking a picture for the Instagram post.
Okay.
I have to do things when I think of them because if I don't, then I lose track.
I know. So then my other manager, he ended up being the general manager. He had come in to like, I can't remember how it was. He had come in to like fill in or something, and then come to find out he was taking the general manager. He was taking his spot. Nice. Because he was moving on. Gotcha. Which was great for me because I did not like that general manager. Wow. He was very...
Because he was Colombian?
No, he was white. But he was very like, he would micromanage. So like if he saw you like just leaning slightly against the wall, like he had cameras and he would watch us. Ew. Yeah. Weak. There were cameras at the front desk, and he would call you and be like, hey, you need to not lean on the wall or something. Like if you were just like, we didn't have any place to sit. Like we weren't allowed to sit. And so sometimes you get tired standing on your feet for 8 hours a day or however long, and I had stockings on and I had heels and, and I was in like a suit. So, you get a little uncomfortable. So anyways, but, so the guy that replaced him, he was really cool. He was young, like around my age at the time, or a few years older than me. And, he was really cool. And like when I got promoted after the girl that hired me, after she left, I got promoted to front desk manager. And so I was directly under him, and I loved it. Like he was so cool. Like he would joke around. He would come and like help us if we needed help. He would fill in if he needed to. Like that's what a good GM boss, does. Yep. The other guy wouldn't do any of that. No. You would never see him work the front desk. And so anyway, so it would, after the end of my every shift, I would go, because I always work the day shift, and I would go and sit in his office with him, and we would just like talk, and it was on the clock, like, and because we had to like clock out with the little like time cards and everything.
How old are you?
Yeah, and so yeah. So he was really cool. Cool. So
all right. Next question.
Okay.
Did you mark that one?
Yeah, I'm marking them as I go along. Which actor or actress would play you in a documentary?
Not easy. Kevin James. Well, now that I lost a lot of weight, it's going to be tough. So I'll go Brad Pitt. No, I'm just kidding.
So stupid.
Kevin James or... I don't know.
You still could do Kevin James even though you lost weight.
Austin Butler. I'm shooting for the skies.
That'd be like me saying Jennifer Aniston would play me.
Or Austin Butler.
Her Gal Gadot would play me.
Oh,
like what?
Jeffrey Morgan. Andrew Lincoln. I mean, that's...
You know.
I mean, I did lose a lot of weight, so I don't know.
Andrew Garfield.
You know what? Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah. It's a good... Robert Downey.
Yeah. Chris Evans.
Ryan Reynolds. Got it.
Yeah. Personality-wise, yes.
The way I look now, the one that would reflect me the most would be Hugh Jackman. Right now. That'd be ideal. No. I honestly should be Kevin James. Yeah. That's the best I can give. Because someone at a restaurant once said it to me too.
Yeah.
She goes, "You look like that actor." And I was like, "Yeah, Kevin James, right?" She goes, "Let me see it." And I pulled the picture. She goes, "Yeah, that dude." And our friends were with us, so they witnessed it.
Yeah, they witnessed it. That was the first time that anybody has said that in front of me.
Yeah, I get it all the time.
So yeah.
So you?
Channing Tatum.
For me?
No, for me.
You're about to make a name for yourself.
I'm about to make a
All right,
name for
let's
myself.
be serious for a second. Who would play you?
You got to joke.
True.
I'm
watching this one cloud that just will not move. It's the weirdest thing.
It's probably moving, and it's just moving really slowly.
Look out the window.
That your eyes can't
No,
register
look at the window.
it.
I'm being serious. Look at that one cloud above the trees. It has not moved since we started.
I don't know.
Weird, huh?
Write a letter. I don't know.
No, that's the Illuminati tracking us. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Famous white girl. I'm gonna go Viola Davis. Just complete wild card.
No.
Or the one from The Help that goes, "Eat my, eat my." What was her name?
I don't remember.
It's not Viola Davis.
No.
We watched the show with her, and I'm drawing a blank.
I know.
Anyway,
I can't remember.
Michelle Rodriguez.
I'm gonna say Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway works. I've never really thought you don't really have a celebrity doppelganger.
I don't, but I like her, and
She's funny.
She's funny.
She's hot.
That's not why. But I feel like she could give my essence.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, now that I think about it, you don't have a celebrity doppelganger.
I don't
At all.
Mm-mm.
That's so weird. I'm about to look into that. I'm sure I could put like in the AI, put a picture of you, like what celebrity looks like her. Boom. Hope for the best.
Oh my gosh, that could end really badly.
All right, next question.
If you could make one of your hobbies into a profession, which one would it be?
This. Literally this.
No, this.
If I could do this as a full-time job 5 days a week, I would do that.
Me too.
What, podcasting?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Do you enjoy this?
I do enjoy this. It's a nice stress
I thought
reliever.
you hated it.
No, I like it.
Okay. Because I might be buying more equipment soon.
Oh, jeez.
I need to show you this little handheld recorder that Zoom's releasing.
Oh, God.
I gotta show it to you. It's amazing.
Why do you have the most expensive hobbies? Like, first it was golf. Now it's this.
Golf didn't last long, and I didn't buy my clubs.
I know.
All right?
I know.
That was a product of something else.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, and unfortunately, I stopped playing.
Yeah.
But I bought this stuff like 3 years ago now.
Yeah, I know.
Or 4 years ago. So,
we're
hey,
still doing it.
If you think about it, the initial investment I made over 4 years, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's maybe like $200 a year.
Yeah.
So think about that. You have an expensive hobby.
Not really.
The crocheting?
That's not expensive.
Really?
Yarn's
So this yarn, where does this magical yarn come from?
No, I'm saying the yarn's not expensive. It's like $3-4.
I understand that, but when you buy a whole bunch in bulk, it adds up.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Depends on the project.
So that's it? You podcasting? For me, it's podcasting. Or if I can get into a sleep study where they try, like I get paid to sleep, and I can make up for all the sleep that I lost during this cancer scare and my entire life, that'd be good.
I want to get paid just to play games.
I heard that gets boring really fast.
Yeah, I feel like it would.
Video game testing.
Yeah.
I heard it gets really boring really fast because they give you games that are not even completed, so it's all buggy as heck.
Yeah, like
So it sounds like a dream job, but
I'd be so bored.
yeah, I think it gets boring quick.
Yeah. I guess if you're very like technical, then it would work out.
Yeah. So give me an answer. What's it gonna be? Professional crocheter?
Yeah, basically.
I still think you should make a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so much fun to do. And what have you got to lose? Literally.
Yeah.
We put your camera and you just say, "Hey, do this," and you don't have to show your face.
Yeah. No, I know.
I really think there is something there that you could do, and it would be fun, and you would get viewership. I honest to God think you're sitting on a gold mine. That would be so much fun.
I mean, there's so many of them though, so that's what I
And
mean.
who cares?
Like, no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, there's so many of them, so I would have to do something that makes me stand out from them.
But hun,
So
you have to just throw something out there first to see what happens. Look, this podcast, I don't know how many people listen to this crap.
yeah.
I mean, I do know. Our numbers are decent. But still, you got to throw something out there for it to realize if it works or not.
Yeah.
And I keep telling my brother too, because he's a very financial minded person. And I keep telling him, you need to do a podcast. He's like, well, I teach you guys. And I was like, dude, I'm going through chemo. I can't remember what day it was yesterday.
I could care less about all that stuff he talks about.
But I actually do.
I'm not.
I do enjoy the financial stuff because I actually made a big money move with our money.
Yeah.
Of a few weeks ago with banking.
Yeah.
I was at the same bank for 20 plus years, and then I made a change, and I'm like, I'm so happy with the new bank.
Yeah.
So happy. So he knows this stuff, and I keep telling him, make a
Right.
podcast. I have the equipment, obviously, here.
Yeah.
I was like, you write out a script, and we do a podcast for you. He goes, well, I don't know, because what if nobody listens? I was like, but what if someone does?
Yeah.
It only takes one video, one clip to make you go viral.
Yeah.
So I think you should, with your iPhone camera, the iPhone camera has really good, that's my gut. Literally, my gut was just a mess today.
Your cancer made an appearance.
Yeah. Well, actually, my cancer was in my chest, so
Yeah.
it's not my gut.
made a cameo.
But if you record, I'd say just record from the top, just with your hands.
Yeah.
And with
That's how a lot of people
with this microphone
do it. Yeah.
You just literally come in here. I'll move this table out there, or you're at the desk, and you just crochet.
Yeah.
I think you should do it, and just start with something simple: a scarf, a hat. I mean, my cancer nurse wanted to learn how to make scarves.
Yeah.
How awesome would it be if you made a video of you crocheting a scarf and sent it to her? Hey, insert nurse name here. Here's an easy step-by-step
Yeah.
tutorial.
What?
Tutorial. But I think you're sitting on a gold mine, but that's up to you to make.
Yeah. I know.
So
I have to think about it.
you're not going to do it. All right. Next one. Next one.
Okay. Did you have a favorite teacher or a teacher who made a big impact on your life?
I'll let you go first because I'm going to go rambling on a crazy tangent. I'm going to go this is a heavy question that.
I didn't have a teacher that made a big impact on my life, mostly because I was homeschooled for for like 7th through 12th grade. But in elementary school, I had a favorite teacher. She was my teacher from like kindergarten to 3rd grade, I think. And I would still like go and visit her. Like she lived in the area, so sometimes we would bump into her like out like during the summer or whatever. But she was always one of my favorite teachers. She was just super sweet. Yeah, and I liked her a lot. I liked being in her class.
How many more questions do we have?
5.
5? Okay. We might not make it. We're at 34
Why?
minutes because I'm about to go on a long-winded story.
Oh, well, don't.
Well, I have to. And you'll know why in a second.
Okay.
So, ever since I've known you, I've always raved about this one teacher. She was my AP government teacher in high school, my senior year. She made that class so interesting, and I loved going to her class. And that's the one class I never cut. I actually look forward to going to that class every day. So, for graduation, we all had our yearbooks and whatnot. So what she did instead of signing our yearbooks is that she gave each one of us a letter, handwritten to each individual student of hers, telling us what she enjoyed about us in the class and whatnot. And that left an impact on me. I'm like, man, she was one of my favorite teachers. And I got interested in government because of that. So I keep track of all the election stuff and whatever the government's doing. It's an interest of mine.
Yeah.
And so it always left an impact on me. And I've always talked about how she made class interesting, how she always made you feel like a peer, not like a student, but just as a human being, just, hey, I enjoy having you in the class and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, and I've always told Sophia too that my favorite teacher, I won't say her name. So out of the blue, she got we were friends on Facebook, but she doesn't go on social media often. But out of the blue, about 2 weeks ago, she texted me. And it was the most long text, beautiful text that I've gotten. It made me cry. And just telling me how she saw what I was going through and that she really admired me and that I left an impression on her as a student. I mean,
dang, was she? Does she remember the right person?
Yes, she did. Because I'm amazing. I am amazing.
Because I think your other teachers would beg to differ.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
mean, she said I held a special place in her heart as a teacher. She just started teaching. That was her first year as a teacher, and so she was like, "You made things so much nicer because I'm only 5 years older than you."
Yeah.
And I was scared to death, but you always made class fun and made everybody laugh and whatnot.
Yeah.
So one thing I'll quote her: "Your presence alone is so comforting, and it put me at ease."
Aw.
See, I was good. I'm a good kid.
When you wanted to be.
Yeah. But man, she reached out. We text back and forth for a while, and it was so nice. I mean, I graduated high school in 2002, so that's 22 years ago.
Yeah.
And she still remembered. I left that much of an impression.
That's a good teacher. That she still remembers you, and the fact that because she would have had a ton of kids. Because it's not just the kids in your class. It's
every period.
That's the next period too.
Yeah.
So, and that's a lot of kids to remember, to write them each a letter.
We all got a letter.
Like that.
And I still have my letter.
That is insane to me how, because you could write just like a generic letter.
Oh, no, this thing is front and back.
But I'm saying, you could just write like a generic letter and just like mass produce. It's just to everybody. You write the same thing, you just copy it down, you just put their name in it or whatever. But that shows what a good teacher she is, because she took the time to do that, and she remembered everything, or certain things about every student.
Yep.
In order to write that letter.
We all got one. And like I said, that's one of my most prized possessions. It's in my nightstand and it's inside my yearbook, and that's one of the things I cherish for the rest of my life.
That has to be 100+ students?
Each class was about 25 students, so there's 8 periods a day. I mean, I don't do math very well.
Yeah. It's a lot.
8
times 25.
Times 25. That's 200 students a day.
200 students.
So, I mean,
for that year, that's a lot of students to remember, and to keep track of.
And 200 times 22 years.
Yeah. Is she still teaching?
Yeah. At my high school.
At the high school?
That's 4,400 students that she's taught.
That's a lot. I mean.
And she still remembers me.
Yeah. I mean, that's saying something.
Yep. It meant so much. And she texted me 3 days after my last chemo, and I was so emotional, and I was a mess, and it helped me so. It brought me up. It really did, and it was like the universe again. It's like it knew what I needed. All of a sudden, it knew that I needed to hear from this teacher that I admire so much and look up to so much. And I mean, can you say love?
Yeah.
I mean, I love. I mean, this teacher, she can make anything interesting.
Yeah.
And she just made government. AP government, she made interesting.
Yeah, I would never think that would be interesting.
Yeah, when I got signed up into that class, I was like, oh god. But I mean, you walked in and she just made everything awesome.
Yes, it's very few.
And how about this?
Teachers,
you know my friend Ryan, obviously. Yeah. Ryan he's an acquired taste. I'm just gonna put that at nightly. He's an acquired taste, but he's he's one of my best friends that I've known since freshman year of high school.
But we've always been cool. Yeah. I love Ryan. He's so funny.
He's funny, and we've done so much stupid stuff together. And I mean, Ryan has always been a staple in my life. There'd be periods of time that we kind of fade away from each other.
Right.
But then we find each other again. We text every day actually now.
Yeah.
But even he says, "Yo, man, I almost said her name." He runs into her from time to time, and she still remembers him.
Yeah.
And he only had her for like half a semester.
Yeah.
And he's like,
that's a good.
And he's like, "Hey, Miss yada yada yada." I ran into her,
Yeah.
and we talked for a few minutes, and
yeah, that's a good teacher.
and she is top notch, the
Yeah.
best, the
Yeah.
best. I wonder. I'm gonna reach out to her.
Okay.
But when we go to New York,
Oh yeah, I'd love to meet her.
if we could get a pass to go into the school,
Oh, that'd be cool.
that would be insane.
That would be really cool.
I come back at 40 years old with my wife. I'm gonna tell all the kids, I'm like, hey, you two can beat cancer. Don't do drugs. Anyway, but yeah, that was my long-winded conversation about my teacher. I mean, she just left an impression. She still leaves an impression.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, if it wasn't for her teaching me stuff, I wouldn't know what these politicians are talking about and what's true or not. And it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So next question.
What are most people afraid of that doesn't scare you?
Heights. Me and you talked about that the other day. Heights don't bother me at all. But you're afraid of heights, but you get out of plane without blinking.
So being afraid of heights is like, what's the word? I saw this earlier. It's situational.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not afraid of heights when
you're flying 500 miles an hour through the air.
when I'm on a roller coaster or when I'm in a plane.
That's when you should be afraid of heights.
I'm not afraid of heights because I'm moving.
Okay.
All right. A roller coaster, you're moving super fast. So you don't have time to think like, oh my God, I'm so high up right now. It's when you're moving slowly, that initial incline to go up, that terrifies me.
Okay.
And then being on Ferris wheels, that terrifies me.
I don't mess with that because I'm not afraid of heights.
It's very slow, and then they stop you at the top, and I hate that. I'm
not afraid of heights in that regards. I'm afraid of the machinery.
Yeah,
because you don't know what kind of.
It depends on where you're at.
You don't know what kind of maintenance they do on that stuff.
Yeah,
so
like London, I think would be the perfect place to do a Ferris wheel because it's a staple. You know, but like at a fair, no don't do that. So yeah, heights for me is situational.
Okay.
I don't like sitting really high at like concerts and stuff because looking out, if I'm high up, it gives me like vertigo, and it just like I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
so are you afraid of height? So what's your answer?
So my answer is planes, flying.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people are afraid of flying. I'm not afraid of flying.
It's just it's such a weird. Fears are such an interesting subject. We should dive into an episode about fears.
We should,
because it just is.
Yeah,
it's stupid. Like I was afraid of flying for so many years, and I mean I'm still not like I'm not like a pilot status, but I'm like I respect planes now.
I was gonna say it's a respect thing too. It's like you respect the intricacies of how to fly a plane.
And now that I know, whenever we're about to fly, I dive into and I learn about the plane.
Right. And I think that's good for you.
And it drives you nuts.
It does, but it's okay because it's what helps you.
Yep.
So
because I tell you what every single sound is when we're taking off, like that's this, that's this, that's this, that's this. He's gonna ease off the engine a little bit so we're over the residential area so he doesn't blow out windows. But I do a lot of research on stuff.
I never thought about that because maybe I'm just too trusting, but I figure the amount of hours that pilots have to put into flying and the amount of training that they have to have, I'm putting my trust into them that they know what they're doing. Yeah. So it's like I don't think about all the sounds that planes make and what it means and everything because I'm putting my trust into them that they know what they're doing to get us there safely. Yeah. So, and know that that's still really the safest form of transportation.
It is.
So,
but when you're flying up in the air, like what I used to think is you're still flying up in the air, and if anything goes wrong, there's only one way out, and it's down.
Yeah.
Really fast. So, all right. Next question. How many we got left?
4.
Maybe we could skirt through.
Yeah. What upcoming life event are you excited about?
New York City.
Yeah.
New York City.
I'm excited about that, but I'm
Be careful what you say next.
super excited for your next scan.
I didn't want to say that because my therapist told me that I need to buy a gift for myself for completing chemo and for achieving that. But I think,
which I agree,
deep down inside of me, I don't want to buy it because I'm thinking if I buy it, I jinx myself, and I have to go back again for chemo.
Yeah.
So,
but I get where you're coming from. Yeah. It's like you want to, but
I'm hesitant and I'm scared.
Which I kind of agree that you should wait until you get that final scan, because not final scan, but the next one, post chemo scan.
Well, my next one, because there's going to be several scans.
Yeah, but at that first post chemo scan, I think you should wait, and once you see the results, then you'll feel better. Yeah. You know?
And then I'll just go and buy those AirPod Maxes, those $550 headphones.
Oh my God.
I'm going to go all, I was going to go crazy. Because I was talking to Carolina about this the other day. She's like, did you buy your gift? And I was like, no. She goes, where weren't you going to buy that iPad? And I was like, my dad bought me the iPad. Yeah. So I was like, the gift I wanted to buy myself, he bought it for me. Because I went with the intent of buying a new iPad because mine was getting up there in age. And I went to the Apple store and my dad's like, oh, I got you. And I was like, what? And he goes, I'm going to make the payments. And I was like, come on, dude. I was like, I'm not gonna hate on the fact that you're making my payments.
Right. But I just wouldn't. Just next time you talk to him, like whenever you get your gift, just be like, "Oh, I bought this as a gift for myself for competing." So that way he doesn't say, "Let me buy it for you."
Oh, when we go to New York, if he wants to buy me the headphones, so be it. You know?
He's not gonna do that. He's not
I'll take the headphones. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, gonna do that. Next question.
If you could install one piece of advice in a baby's mind, what advice would you give?
Stay away from danger, because babies just want to kill themselves.
Stay away from danger. But like everything's dangerous for a baby.
Try not to die. Because no matter what they do, they're sticking stuff in their mouth and choking. I just sent you a video of my niece who did a prison break.
I know.
Out the door.
I know. Well, fortunately, they were there outside.
But still.
It wasn't like she was alone in the house.
This little princess just jumped and ran to the front door. I'm like, what in the world?
And then her brother is like, how do I do that?
He starts screaming like, hey, hey.
He's like, wait for me.
But, oh, God. I have some really adorable nieces and nephews. They're not they're not my nieces and nephews, but
they're cousins.
They're my cousins, but they call me Tío Andres.
Yeah.
But they're too much.
So funny.
They're too much.
Her brother is just watching TV. Like,
he was watching Toy Story, and all of a sudden he's watching Toy Story. And all of a sudden he looks over and his sister just booking it.
I'm by myself. And I saw one of the dogs ran out after her.
The dog's like, hey, 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 hey.
He's like, hey, stop her.
And she didn't make a noise either. She didn't even say, hey, I'm coming or anything. She just booked it to the front.
She was yelling.
I couldn't keep track of who was screaming.
No, I'm pretty sure it was her.
Did you show your mom the video?
No, I didn't.
We got to show her on the TV.
Yeah.
All right, so what about you?
I would say just sleep through the night.
Yeah, sleep through the night.
Let us sleep. Let your parents sleep. They've been through a lot. Yeah. Like, they got 20 years of this. Yeah. Like, just let them sleep.
All right, so what's your next one? I'm guaranteeing my mom calls me at some point in the next 5 minutes.
When you're feeling sick, what makes you feel better?
Oh my God, sleep. Like, sick sleep is the best sleep.
I know.
Sick sleep, like during the chemo, like the chemo naps were the best.
Yeah, this thing is dying.
It's brand new.
My marker.
I'm gonna have to lay it, store it upside down.
Yeah. But it could be because I'm keeping the cap off.
You need a pen?
Using it. Yeah, because it's dead right now.
I need this one. This one doesn't have a thing on the bottom. So.
Okay.
We answer both. Yeah. Chemo, sleep. And what about you?
So if I'm feeling like just nauseous, my stomach ease tea is perfect.
Yeah.
But if I'm like sick, where I'm like puking my guts out in the bathroom, usually Gatorade. It has to be the lemon lime.
Yeah.
I can't do like the orange or the red one.
Would you believe that it's too sweet for me now? Gatorade? It's
really?
too much. Yeah.
See, that's why I like the lemon lime because it's not.
It's too powerful for me.
It's not sweet like the other ones.
Yeah.
The other ones are like a sickeningly
Yeah.
sweet. I can't do those when I'm like already sick.
Yeah.
But something about that lemon lime Gatorade, it just hits.
It's full of cocaine.
Like, probably. But it has to be like ice cold. I have to have a lot of ice in it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That always made me feel better when it's just a comfort thing too. Because when I was little and I was sick like that, that's what my parents would give me. And it just always made me feel better.
All right. Last question to get to know us.
What do you keep on your desk or workspace area that boosts your mood?
I have
Nice one.
Shout out to my cousin Stephanie. She got me a Ted Lasso Believe sign on a keychain. So I have that right in front of me.
Nice.
So that keeps me motivated. And then I have my New York City FC, New York City Football Club championship ring.
That I just cleaned for
That you just cleaned for me. That looks...
And it's sparkly. Yes, I know. You bought me the machine to clean it, but I still cleaned it for you.
After how many days?
Like 2 days.
Anyway.
Like, dude.
Anyway.
I do other things.
She's like, I want to buy this jewelry cleaner thing for my jewelry. And I said, I got you. I found it at this Amazon bin time place, bin return place for like $4, $5. Bring it home. And she tries it and it doesn't work. So her mom's like, okay, I got this recipe for a cleaner.
Right.
And I'm like, can you try it? Can you try it? Can you try it? She finally did it 2 days later.
Okay.
And my ring is sparkly now. It's gorgeous.
It is sparkly now. So is all my stuff.
Yep. So yeah, my Believe sign, my Ted Lasso Believe sign, I don't want to put it on my keys because my keys I have so many keys on my keychain that I just beat it up and break it. So, but I have it on my desk and I look at it every day.
Yeah.
I love it. Because it's believe. Believe in anything.
Do you believe in love after love?
Did I send you the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of that?
Yes.
That was a hysterical.
Some of them I cannot listen to because I'm just like, nope, this is going to ruin it. I can't do it. And the one you sent me of Bone Thugs and Harmony,
that brutal. That's the guy doing it.
Okay, because I was like, that's way too on point.
That's him. That's him.
Okay.
All right, so what about you?
I have Stitch on my desk.
You have Stitch everywhere.
I know, but he makes me happy.
Everywhere.
Like
so I don't make you happy?
You don't sit on my desk.
I can. Oh, and my fiber gummies, they keep me motivated.
They keep your gut motivated.
They keep me motivated and regular. And my iPad.
Yeah. Okay, one thing.
Yeah.
One thing.
No, my Believe keychain.
Yeah.
Because it holds a special place in my heart. It means a lot to me, and Stephanie got that for me during chemo.
Yeah.
And she's our number one fan. She listens to this show every day. Every as soon as it releases, she listens to it.
Yeah.
So shout out to my nephews, Kyrie and Amari. They probably listen to this right now. They're like, hey, Kyrie. Hey, buddy. He was so cute. When I talked to him, FaceTime with him the other day, he showed me his T-Rex because he's big into dinosaurs and monster trucks, which is like the coolest thing ever.
He's a typical little boy.
Like, that's awesome. Like, dinosaurs and monster trucks.
He's a little boy.
And then his little brother, Amari, is just, that kid is a firecracker. That kid's just hysterical.
The second one is always more.
He's just hysterical. But yeah. So hi, guys. Your deal misses you. I'll see you at some point in time soon. But what about you? So Stitch for you?
Yeah, Stitch. He makes me happy.
Good.
He's so cute.
He is. We need to rewatch the first one. I haven't seen that in a while.
I know, I love it.
So
it's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. So the show Instagram, we're gonna wrap it up there. Because I'm getting kind of hungry and I need to go for a walk with Sophia.
And I'm smelling the tacos. Yeah. And it smells amazing right now.
So the show Instagram is Listen to the Words Podcast. The show email is listentothewordspod@gmail.com. What do you got to promote?
My show email is listentothewordspodkelly@gmail.com.
And hopefully we'll get her YouTube channel set up soon.
Yeah.
Seriously, do it. Consider it. I think it'd be.
I said I would.
I think it'd be a really good idea. You have the voice for it. You have the personality for it. You have a very soothing voice. If you like,
oh, thank you.
It would. You got something there. You got something there.
You're so sweet.
And it could work.
You're so sweet.
But I'm not for real, honey. And
I know.
And she's really talented with crocheting stuff. Like legit. She makes really good stuff.
Thank you.
So I think
I just use other people's patterns.
You don't have to say that.
But I'm saying, like, I just.
But you make something out of a ball of yarn. You can make something.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
So think about it. So, with that being said, sign off. You got
I
nothing.
have nothing.
We'll see you guys next week. Or we're not so lazy.
Peace.
Bye.